All right, about to get these games rolling here. Let's see. Where are we at? We are here. We are good. We are ready to rip.
And the Minnesota Vikings.
Sheesh, that's loud. Man, that's so loud. Where is it? Game. Yeah, it's decent though. Not bad. All right, hopefully the upgrade to tier 3 helps. Yo, what's up, JCL? Appreciate it, man. Yeah, man, you get the bonus blackout lineups, which is fun, man, and then all that extra stuff to get you rolling in the contests. Good luck in the games today, boys. I'm going to be checking in here and there. I'm going to drop some pack links here and there as well for you guys to grab. But yeah, we got our back-to-back set going on today as we also get ready for the week coming up. So, Houston, Minnesota starting up right now. There goes the kick. We got Jets, KC at 120 and Dallas, Jacksonville at 240. Everything looks good. I think we are rolling. Do not forget, I think I told a couple people this, but there's a wacky play coming up in the Dallas-Jacksonville game later. Probably the worst thing I've ever seen in Madden. So, yeah, it's going to be weird, man. Anyway, I'll keep you guys posted on that. Yeah, I will be doing pack drops during the day here and there. We'll see what happens. But, yeah, I'll be in and out of here. So, enjoy the Tier 3. Enjoy the games today, boys and girls. And I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Later.
Murray here on first down. Has him on the quick hitter.
Oh, man, look at this. Kyler to Jefferson. Love to see it, boys. Let's go. All right, y'all, I'll double check, make sure everything's good. It should be good. There it is. They're rolling. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Later. Oh, BS fan. BS. What up?
We've set it downs from 37. Here's Murray, first and 10. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams would call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you've got to count on those being efficient and effective.
Ball stays at that 37. Here's second and 10. First carry here for Aaron Jones. His foray up the middle, and that's about 3. Play made by E.J. Speed.
Okay, one of the reasons it's so hard to run the ball in the NFL is to move grown men off their spot against their will. You get a run play like that, you've done your job. You've moved them against their will, and you've set yourself up for some later success.
Murray on third down. That's caught. This is Addison. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that means a fresh set of downs for Minnesota.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Working inside the red zone. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be driven out, but a nice pickup. Gain about 8, second down.
He's out of bounds at the 11-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
They'll run the draw with Jones. And he stopped as we get closer to our first point to this ball game. It's going to be first and goal now.
A 7-yard gain. And the Vikings first down. First and goal at the 4-yard
These are
line.
not the plays that are like bold in the stat sheet when you look back on it, but these are the kind of gains by the running back that keep the offense on schedule and move the chains.
Jones gets in. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings finish up an excellent opening series. It's an Aaron Jones touchdown. What a an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone, getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
One after try good by Riker. And the Vikings will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Riker set to kick this away. On the return, it's Jalen Noel. He stopped on the run back at the 27. Here come the Texans for their opening drive. And leading them out is the second overall pick back in the 2023 draft from the Ohio State. It's C.J. Stroud.
It didn't take long for C.J. Stroud to make an immediate impact into the NFL, and it didn't take long for me, Kate, to form an opinion, but this guy is just different. He just processes the game quicker. Remember talking to Ryan Day on the practice field in Columbus, watching him in college, and he just alluded to that as well. It's the anticipation. It is knowing where everybody is and getting that ball out before any receiver will even break on the route. CJ was unique in that way, and that skill set has been a big part of his success.
On play action, here's Stroud. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Not must-have yet, Brock, but it does feel pretty important that they come up with an answer for that touchdown, but not going to be easy.
Nope, and incompletions like that certainly won't help.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stroud. That's complete to the rookie out of Iowa State. And he needed a little more room to reach that line. The stop is made in time. That brings up 4th down.
You know, I don't mind the scheme. In fact, I like the call. Just not on that 3rd down in particular. Need to get it closer to the sticks. They have a chance to move those chains.
They're going to bring out Tommy Townsend to punt it away. Minnesota all set to go for its 2nd drive. They've gotten off to the exact start they wanted, Brock, and now an early chance to pull away and get some distance on their opponents. Minnesota into formation. It's 1st and 10. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. This drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 18-yard line.
Went the wrong way on 1st down, Brock. Here comes 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And for the 2nd straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way. And that's going to bring up a tough 3rd down.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go. Let that pass rush get home.
Texans bring out an extra DB on this 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. He lofts it deep right side. Big gain downfield. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field. Well, sometimes there's nothing you can do but throw your hands up and stare at the ground, partner. He knew he was beat deep, and there was nothing he could do about it.
Yeah, and this is one of those just killers, right? These spot fouls, it's fuel for offense, often leads to points with a big explosive play like this, and it could be a morale killer for his defense.
3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. Operated from the gun, here's Murray. Into traffic, complete. Ooh, awfully close to that line of gain. Stopped though, made it to 46, 3rd down.
You know, I often say there is a fine line between aggressive aggressiveness and carelessness. And when you throw into double coverage, well, it can go either way. That time, a tremendous catch by his receiver on the other end.
Murray with the sneak. And he's going to be touched down as he gets him enough to pick up the first down.
It's a gain of a yard.
Certainly dropped these quarterback keepers anticipating a whole lot more yardage, but I think it could be overlooked there since they did pick up the first down. If anything, they can see what kept it to a small gain over there on the sidelines, and they'll come back to it on the next set of downs.
Play action now. Murray. Fits it through the middle. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings take a 13-0 lead. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. Reichert on for the point after.
For the extra point.
Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Vikings drive out to an early 14-0 lead.
14. Texans nothing.
Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Noel to return this. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
The Texans take over.
This Texans offense ready to for its second drive of the contest. They didn't start the game off like they wanted, Brock. Still searching for that opening first down as they take the field a second time. Offense to the line. Again, trips right to start out. They kick the running back in motion. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Has a man, Dalton Schultz. And he's taken down just a couple of yards shy of the 40. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And it'll be first down, Houston.
First down. A gain of 14. First down, Texans.
New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38. Stroud throwing here on 1st. Schultz with the catch. And they shove him out. Looks like he got about 6 before they did so. It's 2nd down.
Well, things weren't about to end after the first hit or the second. This tight end had a vision for what he wanted to happen after the catch. He was going to take on all comers to try to make it a reality.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the gun, Stroud. Completed over the middle. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
The ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down. To the air yet again. It's Stroud. Catch made by Woody Marks. And he'll get this through the midfield stripe and starts pushing into Vikings territory.
4 yards on the pickup.
Simply part of the job description for any running back in today's game. You're out there, you're going to be one of your quarterback's most important safety valves. And you've got to be ready for that check down at all times.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Again, Stroud. The right side, Noel has it. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
That's another.
So while they're in the huddle, partner, we've arrived at the end of our first quarter. Our score, 14-0. More from U.S. Bank Stadium after the break. Welcome back. We'll begin the second quarter with the Texans in possession. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. This one's going to hit the ground, incomplete. Looking for his running back there. Going to send him back to the drawing board now for 2nd down.
That's just simply one of those situations, Kate, where I think you and I got to tip our cap to the defense. Really took away everybody. There was no outlet, and only an incompletion could be had.
2nd and 10 now from the 32 after the incompletion. Throwing again, it's Stroud. That's a catch for Nico Collins. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
And the Texans, 1st down. A gain of 15. And the Texans, 1st down.
From the red zone now. Rolling left, buying some time.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm. Especially in a situation like that. It's a good thing you woke up to it. Able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
5 still to go here. This is 2nd down. It's Montgomery on the counter. And he's down very close to that first, but looks like he is stopped just in time after a gain of 4.
You know, the defenses in the league today, they have to be so reactive. They have to be so twitchy. But this was a good job by that front. Yeah, they reacted initially, but then they showed the burst, the quickness, the pursuit defensively to limit that counter gain to less than 5.
Gonna keep this one and go. And he's gonna have enough for the 1st down, not by much. He got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with the 1st and goal.
Like the final battle scene from a movie, Kate. 2 sides charging each other, and they beat right at that line. And they didn't have to try and backward, All they had to do was hold the line to go win that battle.
They'll run here. It's Montgomery. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. 2nd and goal coming up. That goose egg up on the scoreboard, Brock, is not going away anytime soon if they keep having plays like that.
They really need something. An injection of energy here. Nothing will take the spark out of a series quite like getting stuck for a loss.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. He brings it in. And he's to the 5 before going out of bounds.
Kate, if you and I took a whirlwind tour and watched young quarterbacks, the hardest route to complete is this one. A lot of them can throw go routes and slants and drags and in cuts, but throwing that out route takes some time, takes some precision, and a whole bunch of trust between QB and receiver.
Now Stroud on 3rd and goal. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
Incomplete. Brings up 4th and goal.
Now it's Kaimi Fairbairn on to try it for the Texans. Pretty automatic look for him from the left. Up and good from Fairbairn. And that'll get him back to 11.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team is out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Ty Chandler to return. He dodged the tackle. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Vikings and Justin Jefferson ready to go to work again offensively. And they've had a real connection looking his way in our opening half. Seems pretty clear that he's the one the coverage is going to have to adjust to and start slowing down. Murray here on 1st down. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up to the 27.
Complete to Jordan Addison. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 27-yard line.
marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Hey, watch it right here. Blitz. Right in on the ball.
Now a give up the middle to Jones. And the defense all over this run. Maybe got a yard there as he tried to bounce that one outside. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
From the gun, it's Murray. Complete beyond the marker. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
And the Vikings, first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
He did such a good job, and not just hitting him in a window on that slant, in the right window, but hitting him right in time, right in a spot where he had room to run and add on to that catch.
1st and 10 now from the 46. Out of the gun, a give to Jones. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Call it 9 yards. Looks like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and
Well, that draw gets them as many yards as a lot of passes would right there. And until this defense proves they can stop these draw plays, you can expect to see them worked into the game plan throughout.
Zone read. This is Jones. And that short gain is enough for a new set it down.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave them enough to pick up a first with some room to spare.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
So 1st down from the 41. Staying on the ground here with Jones. And we'll only find 1 yard up the gut. 2nd down.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 40-yard line.
Changing things up. They're going to throw now. Pass is caught. It's T.J. Hawkinson. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings make it a 3-possession game. It's a T.J. Hawkinson touchdown. You love seeing a tight end get the chance to show off those wheels, right? And in the best of cases, he can rumble the whole way home.
Think of getting somebody with that type of mass rolling at full speed. Who's really going to want to stand in the way, wants to stop him anyhow? The answer, nobody.
Reichert on for the point after.
For the extra point.
Troubles with his snap, but he still knocks it through. And the Vikings push their lead to 18.
Texans 3.
Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Return starts at the 9. His effort's going to get him to that 32-yard line before he's taken down. Houston's offense back out now, ready to go. And they settled for a chip shot field goal last time, Brock. You got to think they want to be able to finish it off and reach the end zone here. 1st and 10 from the 32. They'll start this drive with Marks. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
Not every corner in this league can make the play he just made right there. Sure, there's pure coverage guys, not really known for their tackling, but this guy, he's someone who isn't afraid to stick his nose in there and make a stop.
1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. They give up the gun to Montgomery. Space, left sideline, and he's off to the races. He goes the distance. Touchdown, Houston.
Touchdown, Houston.
The Texans fighting back and shaving 6 off that lead. David Montgomery with the touchdown. Wow, great stuff there, Brock. He busted that one open, got downhill, and got in for 6. Huge run there.
Yeah, and this is how you break a game open. He found that lane, and he was gone. What a tremendous effort in the blocking scheme there to just spring him enough so he could take it to the house.
Here's Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Texans make it an 11-point ball game.
21. Texans 10.
Get your money up. I'm the money down. I'm out of luck. I'm not people down.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Chandler now on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Vikings taking the field on offense. And eventually, Brock, one of their drives is going to fail to reach that end zone. But through 3 possessions so far, they have been perfect.
Yeah, and in order for that to happen, somebody somewhere on this defense has got to rise to the occasion.
He was looking for T.J. Hawkinson. So that brings up 2nd down.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Set up the screen. It's Anderson. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
Jordan Addison. That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2, Brock, as we have reached our 2-minute warning. It's the Vikings holding the lead at U.S. Bank Stadium. 3rd and just 2 to go. There he is on 3rd and short. Cut for big yards on the right side. And he's all the way across midfield down inside that 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 26. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st down.
43-yard line.
And I love a big old tight end, Kate. I like fast little Ferrari wide receivers, but you give me a big body tight end that can beat one-on-one coverage time and again, sign me up.
It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Kyler looking to throw. He'll step up, and there he goes. They get 23 on that one. And that means a fresh set of downs for Minnesota.
It's a gain of 23 yards. And the Vikings, 1st down.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the 1st down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. Kyler with a chance to run it here. That one stopped right at the line for no gain. This is going to be 2nd down. Minnesota spends its 2nd time out here. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And this is going to fall incomplete. Well, he made a call for the end zone there, but nobody picked up on the other end. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, it's hard for me to get too mad at him for missing a touchdown when he's already got 2 in his pocket. Maybe fantasy managers might not agree with me on this one, Kate. But don't worry, as hot as he is, I bet you a third one's coming at some point.
Murray on third down. Making the call himself. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for first and goal.
It's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a first down. That's a big bonus for the quarterback.
Offense in position now. It's first and goal. Operating from the gun. Here's Murray. Near the goal line. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
A 4-yard gain brings up second and goal at the 1-yard line.
Now the Vikings use their third and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Second chance at 6 here. It's second and goal. They'll work against the blitz. And he has the Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings get more points to end a lopsided first half. It's an Aaron Jones touchdown. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Brock. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop him either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
Reichert on for the point after.
For the extra point.
Right down the middle, it's good. And the Vikings push their lead to 18.
Texans 10.
Here's Reichert, set to kick this away. So it goes for a touchback. Let's see what they decide to do with the time they've got remaining here.
At their own 35-yard line.
First down throw by Stroud. Finds the in route, complete. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken.
First down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 46. Looking to throw. Throw left side, complete. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Houston calls it second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Now it's Kaimi Fairbairn on to try it for the Texans. It's a deep shot for him from that left hand. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. So a 2-score game here at the break. Some work to be done as we get ready for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Scott Hansen. Scott?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Thanks so much, Scott. Appreciate the update as always. And welcome back, everyone. Third quarter about to get underway. Got a 2-score ball game here as we resume play. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Noel to return this. And in the end, he able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. So as we get set to begin the third quarter, it's the Texans offense who's going to be out there first. And some opening drive points would be invaluable, Bronk, trailing by 2 scores as they leave that locker room. One of the tight ends in motion left. On first down, they'll run with Montgomery. He's only able to get back to the line. It's going to be second down.
All about that defense there. Had them bobbled up from the jump. Truth be told, probably lucky they even got back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's second and 10. Shotgun now for Stroud.
The pass. The tackle by Andrew Van Ginkel. An 8-yard loss on the play. It's now third and down.
Defense looking to defend the marker on third down. Here he goes, third and long. This is reeled in downfield by Schultz. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. Third and 18 kills most drives, right? But they find an opening and hit it to pick up the first.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
From the gun, Stroud. Completed over the middle. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
Another Texans first down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Off the play action, here's Stroud. Connects downfield, on target to Dell. Tackle made at the 10, first and goal coming up.
That's another Texans first down. First and goal at the 10-yard line.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were, and the QB just nailed it.
Did not like what he was seeing, Bronson. He's just going to roll this one away.
Brings up second and goal.
So the incompletion on first, here's second and goal. Here's Stroud again. The catch is made in close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
A gain of 9 on the play. It's third and goal.
Need a touchdown here as they line up for third and goal. Throwing again, it's Stroud. And he's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
Fairbairn now for the PAT.
For the extra point.
He hits it true, despite some issues with that snap.
Makes the score.
And the Texans get it back to within 1 score.
Texans 20.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Chandler now on the return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Vikings now set to take the field. They've certainly had no issues scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. Vikings to the line now. Here's 1st and 10. Starting the drive with a give to Jones. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same athleticism comes to life. He's looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Jones once more. Again, he's taken down right at the line. Same guy, same call, same result. And now it's 3rd down.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing to run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
3rd down, and they need to get 10. They'll air it out on 3rd. He has the 1st over the middle. And he's going to get this to the opposing 41. That goes for 32 yards. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st down.
We always hear about a tight end as a quarterback's best friend. That play is so indicative of it, Kate. You love a big target, and you know if you could hit him in stride, he's got a chance to get some big yards after the catch.
Tight end going in motion here. On 1st and 10, it's Murray. He's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there when he saw the field. It's going to be 2nd down.
Incomplete. EJ Speed on the coverage.
From the gun, Jones gets it. Looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Derek Stingley putting that play to bed.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Not even a little bit. Know yourself, know your worth.
Texans going with 6 DBs for this 3rd down. They're in dime. Now Kyler. The 3rd down throw falls incomplete. He was looking for T.J. Hawkinson, and that leaves them with 4th and 5.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
A 53-yard attempt.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And they're able to convert despite that errant snap.
I think we're all a little surprised he was able to convert that try. It looked like we're not going to be able to get the ball down with that inaccurate snap. I don't talk about poise a lot of times for a kicker, but he just showed it and paid dividends.
Brings in the kick at the 9. He stopped on the run back of the 27. Out now come the Texans on offense. In that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. Texans to the line, 1st and 10. Now it's Stroud. Has him on the quick hitter. By a man, he's in the clear. He's taken down, but not before he has this all the way to the opposing 40. It's a pickup of 33 yards. And it'll be a 1st down, Texans.
Speed kills, baby. You better make that tackle right away on these receivers or you're going to get some serious yak. Those yards after catch just like that. Taking a short gain and turning it into an explosive play.
The toss play, Montgomery. And this is going to go as a gain of about 3 before he's met and escorted out. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
Running on 2nd with Montgomery. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. They get an even 10 on that play. And it'll be first down, Houston.
Yeah, you want to get above 5 yards to carry? Put together runs like that. And I'll tell you what else a run like that does, Kate. That sets up the play action. Right? When you really just gouge and gash a defense like that, the next time you run that action, they're going to be thinking running the ball to go right over their head.
Going to the ground again on first. And he's going to be stopped, but not before he gets it down to the 14. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And it'll be a first down, Texans.
First down. A gain of 12.
I think any former quarterback, Kate's going to tell you, sure, he loves to see the ball in the air and the execution, the timing, the accuracy. And football guys, you know what they love? Just go pound the ball and get your first down.
Working inside the red zone. Bails out of the pocket quick.
Oh, man, those defensive players hate sweeping quarterbacks. Near impossible to keep them hedged in or corral them behind the line there. He evades them long enough to turn a potential loss into positive yardage.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. He's got it. And he's out just before he can hit the end zone, but what a nice first and goal here from the 2.
Tampa, Texans. First down. First and goal, Houston.
Oh, fullback's got it. Look at the power. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Texans shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. If there's an argument for continuing to rely on the fullback, Brock, it is plays just like that that remind us. They're pretty good at barreling in for touchdowns when they're given the chance.
And you know the greatest fullback name ever? Maybe you need to name your son Sam Gash. Because that dude, when I think fullback, I think Sam Gash just gashing people for touchdowns.
D'Amico Ryan's making the call. They're going for 2 here.
The Texans will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll try it on the ground. He's almost there, but no, they stop him at the last moment. He's going to be just inches shy of that 2-point conversion. That came right up to the doorstep of success. Nice play, though, to make some contact and stop him a yard shy of the conversion.
Yeah, these defenders, they just want to get to that next play. After you give them a touchdown, even if it's not their fault, right? Snap and clear. And that hyper-focus and extra motivation led them to sniffing out that call and being able to react just in the nick of time.
So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. Chandler now on the return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Vikings and Kyler Murray set to take over. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. First and 10, here's Jones. Nothing doing on the outside there. No gain on the run. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
Hey, range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
First play of the drive lost a yard. Need to get it back and some change here. 2nd down. From the gun, it's Murray. Finds him over the middle. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike.
It's a gain of 22 yards. And the Vikings, first down. First and 2.
Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's Vikings ball, working to carry this lead through to the end. The ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down. Straight ahead they go with Jones. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. He picks up 28 on the play. And that means a fresh set of downs for Minnesota.
Vikings, first down. First and 10 at the
Hey, I so
24-yard
love
line.
that every single week we get to see that stat, yards after contact. But I'll tell you what, I wish we could go back and see what the great Jim Brown, Walter Payton, and those boys did, because he just put on an effort they'd be proud of.
Throwing on first down. Here's Murray. Pass is caught at the 9. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings make it a 2-possession game here in the 4th. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. I should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here, but his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his second touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a Broadway guy. And with 2 scores now, it's what, a 2-score game?
Yep.
Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
Appreciate the honesty. Reichert on for the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Vikings push the lead up to 12.
Vikings 38, Texans 26.
Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Return starts at the 9. Finds some space. He's past the 30. Tackles made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. Here come the Texans as they get set to take over on offense. And they just saw that lead stretch out to a 2-score margin now. Really makes this a must-score series late.
And Kate, you know I believe this. You can never play this game in a state of desperation, but a state of urgency got to be at sky high right now.
Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll be first down, Houston.
A gain of 12. First down, Houston.
Montgomery now up the middle. And he's taken down as he takes this to the 38. That's 16 on the pickup. And it'll be a first down, Texans.
Hey, even though that was an excellent run, I got to talk about the receivers here, Kate, because 9 times out of 10, you see a run like that in this league, 10 plus, you know those guys on the outside are doing their job, shining as blockers, keeping those defenders away from the back.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. It's a sack on first down. We'll see if it changes the play they go with now on second.
6 yards.
You know those elite zone defenses in basketball, Kate, it just feels like they're everywhere, clogging up every passing lane. This quarterback, well, he felt the same thing when he dropped back, nowhere to go but for a sack.
Might be time to reach in the bag of tricks on second down. 16 to go following the sack. To the air, Stroud. Short pass brought in. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line.
An 11-yard pickup leads to 3rd and 6.
Six yards to go here. It's third down. To the air on 3rd and long. That's back-to-back for Dell. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
A gain of 6. That's another Texans first down. First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Bringing the offense up to the line. First and 10. On the handoff, this is Montgomery. And their next snap is going to come from the red zone, Brock. He's down that 17-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Hey, look, any run of this size is going to wound the defense. If you get this game going right at the heart of their defense, you start to break their will and break their pride.
First down throw by Stroud. This one's caught. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have first and goal to figure out.
Texans, first down. First and goal at the 6-yard line.
They send a man in motion. On play action, here's Stroud. And this is going to be a Houston touchdown. The Texans now within one score in the fourth. C.J. Stroud, the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Point after, up and good by Fairbairn. And the Texans trim the deficit down to 5.
Texans, 33.
So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. On the return, here's Rodgers. Shoots away from one. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Minnesota offense ready to set up shop again. And after that touchdown, cut their lead back to one score, Brock. A response in order as they take over. Minnesota into formation. It's 1st and 10. I'll start with a give to Jones. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And the Vikings are going to have a first down.
First and 10.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a first down pickup.
First down, and they go right back to it. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
Pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 50-yard line.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Staying on the ground with Jones. He cuts it back right. And they're going to get just inside that red zone on the big play down to the 19. It's a 30-yard gain, Brock. So unsurprisingly, that gives them a first down.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
What an effort run from start to finish, Kate. Didn't let a bit of contact knock him off course. In fact, that play had a whole extra life as he just kept on going.
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. Staying on the ground here with Jones. And he'll give back a small bit of what he just ripped off as they take him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, you often see some mix, some high-percentage pass plays on 1st and 10. You got to keep a defense honest. They're always looking for a run in that situation, a chance to stack them up for 2nd and long.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And he's going to score a touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings take an 11-point lead as they try to push this one out of reach. It's a T.J. Hockenson touchdown, his 2nd scoring catch of the game. When you reach the status that he has around the league, Brock, well, we all at this point expect him to be making plays like this when he's targeted down near the end zone.
Yeah, I think the best thing I can say about this dude is he makes it look easy a lot of the time. And this game, trust me, is never easy. It speaks to how well he plays this position.
Reichert on for the point after.
For the extra point.
Troubles with his snap, but he still knocks it through. And the Vikings push the lead up to 12.
Texans, 33.
Eckert set to kick this away. He fields it from the 8. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. The Texans down running back David Montgomery getting back to work. This could be the decisive drive. Down 2 scores late. They've got to find some points to get it back within 1. Stride to throw on first down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled. The catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
2nd and 10, still at the 28. Shotgun now for Stroud. Throw left side, caught by Higgins. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. From the gun, Stroud. Gonna let this one fly deep downfield. Looking for Collins, and it's intercepted. And the Vikings take possession in the area of the 38. He steps in front and picks it off. Looked like he missed the spot there, partner. Maybe because he threw it on the run?
Yeah, I think that's exactly the case, Kate. You know, you get set in the pocket. This game is fast anyway. Things are flying, but once you get on the run, it is a whole nother speed and really becomes advantage defense as they take it away.
The Vikings and Aaron Jones headed back out there on offense. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended Brock in a touchdown. Out of the gun and give to Jones. And give him 6 on the run as that play takes us to the 2-minute warning. Second and 3 now. Murray keeps it. Oh, he loses the football. And the Texans grab it. Nothing doing on the return, but the damage already done, partner. They take it away on the fumble. Well, he was fighting off defenders, trying for the extra yards. You understand it, but might have been what cost him and opened the door for that fumble.
Okay, you and I both know this game has changed so much in our lifetimes. It's evolved in so many different ways. But I promise you can go back to the 60s, the 70s, and many of these fumbles occur just like that.
So we have a pause here. Inside 2 minutes, all reviews come from the booth, and they want to take one more look. Yeah, pretty bang-bang play out there. It's tough to see exactly what happened on our first look in real time.
But you know what I like here, and I do appreciate, and these officials are so good at let the play just play itself out before calling it dead. Now all the replays and the camera angles will give us such a better idea of really what happened.
So the review saves them a turnover. He was, in fact, already down when the ball came free. 3rd and 2. Murray. Completed over the middle. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. They're going to pass it here. Put the body on the line for his team. And it's going to be a win for the Vikings here today as they get the first down. They can take the clock down to zeros now.
That's another Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Running right, this is Jones. And that run very short, only getting to the 27.
The ball carrier,
timeout called by the Texans. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now.
At the Texans' 27-yard line.
Lining up to take a knee on second down. Designed to look for Murray. Setting up for the kneel down on third. So they are indeed kings in the north as the Vikings win it at home. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win. So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Vikings emerge as winners as we bid you farewell from Minneapolis.
Kansas City. Tonight, a good one coming your way in the AFC. It's the New York Jets and the Kansas City Chiefs.
2026 Kansas City Chiefs.
Mike Tirico with my partner Greg Olson, the veteran Nick Folk to get this one started. Off we go from Kansas City. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. So out comes the Kansas City offense to take over for the first time. And there is the guy at the top of the game, Patrick Mahomes, their quarterback.
And we all know how talented this guy is, Mike, right? From the physical sense, that's obvious. But what really separates him, and it really came through when we had a chance to talk to him this week, is really his ability to operate from the neck up. His processing speed, his decision-making. It seems like he's always one step ahead of the defense. And when he's on, he's proven to be really hard to beat.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. The first carry for the Spartans, Kenneth Walker. What more could you ask for on first down? Nice run of 8, setting up second and short.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
That's thrown right side, but incomplete. He was trying to get it to Xavier Worthy there. And 3rd down coming up.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend. So give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
So there's a saying in the NFL, Mike, short throw, long catch, and that's exactly what they wanted to go with here. Operate in the quick game, don't stress the protection, and while he didn't get necessarily the big play, he does get enough to move the chains.
Off the bootleg, it's Mahomes. That is hot down the field, it's Worthy. And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line. Big play for KC. 36 yards.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
Right back to the air for Mahomes. This one caught at the 4. And he's close to another first down. Brought down just shy of the marker.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
They'll run with Walker. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Kenneth Walker. Touchdown, KC. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
The extra point by Butker is good, and the Chiefs will take a 7-0 lead. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. And one move, now to return. be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So the Jets offense ready to take over for the first time. And leading them, Greg, the veteran out of West Virginia, it's Geno Smith.
You just can't say enough about Geno and his turnaround over the last couple years, Mike. I mean, many thought he was destined to just be a career backup and just play out the rest of his career. And when things didn't play out at first, instead of just listening to those doubters, he just kept working on his craft. The next thing you know, he gets an opportunity with a new team, makes the most of it. He's now solidified himself as a bona fide franchise quarterback in this league. So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
They get 25 on that connection, and the Jets have a first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
And while it ultimately worked out for him this time, Mike, this is not a throw he wants to make a habit of, because that was risky. When he threw it, I thought that ball was being picked. I think he got away with one here, results in a big pickup, and get a fresh set of downs.
Now he takes off.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
From the 42-yard line, here's second down and 5. Play action now. It's Geno. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. He was looking for Garrett Wilson there. Now it's going to be third down.
I love that they continue to stay aggressive here, Mike, and that route right there, we used to call it a big 8. It's a deep post route, but the ball placement isn't exactly where it needs to be, and it's a missed opportunity.
Give them 14 on that one. Good for a Jets first down.
That's good for a Jets first down. A gain of 14.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
And he'll be out of bounds as the first down completion nets about 3.
Well, not exactly a highlight reel type play, but in some cases, just checking the ball down to your fullback, picking up some positive yards is the only play that's to be made.
From the 25, here's second down and 7. First carry of the game now, and here's Breece Hall. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. Pickup of 11 yards on that one, and the Jets have a first down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground, and tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around, so continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the...
And he's in! Breece Hall, touchdown, New York.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come away with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
The veteran Nick Folk here for the extra point. The kick is good, and the Jets come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. Nico Remigio to bring it back. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense ready now for their second drive. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with first down. Play fake. Now it's Mahomes. He'll get this complete to Walker. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 29-yard line.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. That's caught. Travis Kelce. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
First down.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before...
That's over the middle and intercepted.
I would love to see his weapons do a better job, Mike, especially in the middle of the field, getting open in these zones. I just feel like there's been tight coverage, a lot of little windows to throw through, and yes, anytime you turn the ball over, it's on the quarterback, but the rest of this supporting unit needs to do a better job helping.
The Jets offense about ready to get going on their second possession. Have a short field ahead as they look to break our tie. It is 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Smith. That's to the running back, Breece Hall. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. They gain 18 yards on that one. Good for a Jets first down.
Let's give some credit to this offensive line. Once they identified the blitz, you could see them communicating with one another to make sure everybody is on the same page, and that's what gave the quarterback enough time and found the open man.
That is brought in at the 10. He'll be taken down, but just like that, they are in business. It's 1st and goal.
Jets. First down. 1st and goal.
Sudden change, so you find yourself defensively a little bit on your heels. Your offense just turned the ball over, and now you've got to go out and make a stand. Well, so far this offense has moved the ball pretty quickly, but can they dig in and at least force a field goal?
Catch made right side by Wilson.
The quick passing game in the NFL, Mike, is so dependent on yards after the catch. You got to generate space with the scheme, and then it's up to the receiver to do the rest. In this case, nice job defensively, because this guy couldn't even get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Throwing on 2nd down, Smith. He keeps it himself.
Coming into the game, this is something defensively you have to be aware of. If this quarterback gets a chance and he sees some daylight, he's going to try to take it in on his own. But not in this case. They were quick to react, stop him short. Now brings up 3rd and goal.
The ball inches from the goal line. 3rd and goal. They'll try to sneak it here. And he's able to get the ball across the goal line. He's in. Geno Smith, touchdown, New York. Certain quarterbacks have a knack for that, and he finds the space to get in the end zone for the touchdown, Greg.
Yeah, just a good old-fashioned quarterback sneak. Kind of a play that's taken the league by storm. Not necessarily the tush-push like we see up in Philly, but just as effective here, Mike.
Folk now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Jets will move out to a 14-7 lead. After the touchdown, out is Folk to kick this one away. Remigio now on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. On play action, it's Mahomes. Working the right side, taken in by Rice. They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick 1st down.
That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
So we are through one here on Thursday Night Primetime. The Jets have the advantage. We'll be back in Kansas City after this. The Chiefs have it here to start quarter number 2. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. As we are ready to get back underway. They go sideline and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down. A pickup there of 28 yards.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target.
And he's in. Xavier Worthy. Touchdown, Kansas City.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes, and this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
And Butker on for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Chiefs will tie things up. We are all even at 14. So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. On the return, here comes Wanwu. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. So now the Jets offense ready to take over once more. They've been able to move the ball with relative ease their first couple of possessions, both ending in touchdowns, but still they find themselves tied as they start with the ball again here on 1st down. Throw over the middle, looked in by Mitchell. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a 1st down.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
On play action, Smith. Open man downfield. That's the tight end, Taylor. And it's a gain of 20 on the heels of another big play to begin this drive.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
At the 34-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. They'll motion a tight end right. They'll go again with Hall. Maybe a couple there. It's third down.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up third down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
From the shotgun, Smith. Oh, they try to go down the field with it, but it winds up incomplete. Jason Taylor, the tight end, the intended receiver. And now it's fourth down.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
That is incomplete. Oh, they elected to throw on fourth and short. It does not work out. They turn it over on down. Here's Xavier Worthy and his Kansas City teammates getting set for their next possession. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. To the left side. Caught by Kelsey. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick first down.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mike, this is one of those times where you really see the evolution of the tight end position, right? It's not the days of just go past the first down, turn around, catch it, and fall. We see so many guys around the league that with the ball in their hand, they're almost more running back than they are tight end.
And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 50-yard line.
We'll keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on third down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL.
On 3rd down, Mahomes. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
On 4th down, the Chiefs send out Matt Ariza to punt. And he couldn't get that one to check up, and it'll keep bouncing into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Jets offense ready for this next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Smith. What pressure gets there, and down he goes. Mike Dana. He's in for the sack. It's going to be a loss of 8 to begin the drive.
Watch the pursuit by this defensive end. The quarterback tries to escape the pocket, but he just keeps on chasing him, and he closes that ground in a hurry and brings him down for a big sack.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the gun, it's Gino. Throw on the run is complete. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Working out of the gun, Smith. And caught. It's Mitchell. That's well done as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
So here's a play, Mike, that is clearly designed to attack the middle third of the field. So think it's roughly the space between the numbers. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And once he understood where his leverage was and he gets his head around, great job by the quarterback on time, delivering a strike.
That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard at the 44-yard line.
From the 44-yard line, here's second down and a yard. The motion man here is Mitchell. On second down, a run with Hall. He'll take this for a couple, but the official signal, he has enough. First down.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. Second and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
2 first downs, and they're at the 46 now. It's 1st and 10. Smith now. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. A pickup there of 25 yards. And the Jets have a first down.
It's a gain of 25 yards. First down, Jets.
So, 2 minutes to play in a back-and-forth first half. We'll return to Arrowhead after this. Set to go now on 1st and 10. On the give, it's Hall. Can he get away? No! He's going to be taken down behind the line.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
On the move left.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
Third and 11. Here's Gino. Throw right side, pulled in by Mitchell.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Nick Folk now on with the field goal unit. This one from 43 yards away. Folk's kick is good. And the Jets get 3 here late in the first half to take the lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
Here's Smith to return it. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Chiefs offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. Pass over the middle and caught by Kelsey. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Now the Chiefs can call the first of their timeouts. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this first half.
41-yard line.
First down throw, Mahomes That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Mahomes now on second down. He'll try to set up the screen here with Walker. And he's going to be out of bounds awfully close to that first down mark, but they're going to mark him just short. So third down coming up.
It may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on second down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on third down where it's a little bit more manageable.
Third and short. Here's Patrick. He'll try and get there on the ground. Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards, and most importantly, a first down. Now KC going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
They're at the 17-yard line now for first and 10. Mahomes. They'll look to set up the screen here. And he's going to be marked out down at the 5. Give him a dozen yards on that one and give them first and goal.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. It's such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game, and they're knocking on the door here, first and goal. At the very least, got to come away with some points. These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line.
And he barrels his way into the end zone. Kenneth Walker, touchdown KC. His second TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his second rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
Butker's extra point is good, and the Chiefs move out in front by 4. It's 21-17. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half, and the kickoff's coming their way. On the return, here comes Wanwu. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Jets offense going to take over just before the half. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with first and 10. Taylor, the tight end, is in motion. Smith to throw on first and 10. He'll swing this one out to Hall. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line. Now the Jets going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in the opening half.
First down, Jets.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for first and 10. From the shotgun, it's Smith. He'll find Hall out of the backfield. Now a timeout, Jets. It'll be their second as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand because Right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
A second down throw for Smith. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. Now here's a timeout. They're going to take it with 8 seconds remaining until the break. It is 3rd and 10. Now, Gino. Oh, and he's going to go down. He could not get rid of it. And that's going to bring an end to this first half.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thanks. Probably a tough halftime for the defensive coordinators, trying to do something to slow down these offenses. What a show they put on in the first half. To return, it's Isaiah Davis. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. The Jets offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. Trail by 4, touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Play action now. It's Gino. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
So I don't think his fullback was his primary option on that play, but a really nice job by the quarterback working quickly through his progression, getting the ball down to his big fullback, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
They put Wilson in motion. Off the play fake. It's Smith. A throw left side, taken in by Wilson. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
Throwing on 2nd down, Smith. That one incomplete. Good job. Textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
He's got his man. Complete to Wilson.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
The handoff. Here comes Hall. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
These are the impact plays that this linebacker is capable of, Mike. Not only dissecting and determining where the ball was going, but then to shoot through the line of scrimmage and make this tackle for a loss. That's a big-time play by a really good player.
On second down, Smith. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through, and it's going to bring up a third down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
From the shotgun, Smith. Now a deep ball for Mitchell. That is brought in to the goal line and in. And 9, Mitchell. Touchdown, Jets.
Well, Mike, whatever message this coaching staff had at halftime, it clearly worked. They came out fast to start this second half. Big-time play downfield. Now, can they build on some of this momentum here as they start the third quarter?
Now, Folk on for the extra point. He knocks it through, and the Jets extend the advantage to a field goal. It's 24-21. After the touchdown, out is Folk to kick this one away. Remigio now on the return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Chiefs offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides. This drive kicks off with 1st and 10. And he'll be out of bounds. A pickup, though, of 6.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 3. Throwing from the gun, here's Patrick. Downfield is caught by Brown. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. A gain there of 24 yards. First down, KC.
And nothing matters if this protection isn't able to pick up that blitz. They do a fantastic job of stunting that pass rush just long enough to find an open man downfield.
Straight ahead, it's Walker. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Man in motion is Brown. On 2nd down, Mahomes. Open man left side is Brown. He's got it. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 25-yard line. Second time they've connected on this drive. 19 yards out of this one. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Here's a handoff to Walker running to the left. And a nice gain there on 1st down. He takes it forward for 8 yards.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They put Kelsey in motion. Once again, it's Walker. And the Chiefs are going to have 1st and goal, try to finish off this drive with a touchdown.
A gain of 6. That's another Kansas
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
He'll tuck it in, and he'll take this one in. Patrick Mahomes. Touchdown, Chiefs. His second TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
The extra point by Butker is good, and the Chiefs have taken a 4-point advantage. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. The return, here comes Davis. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Jets offense and Adonai Mitchell set to take over once again. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Gino to throw. The open man is Wilson. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. That's the way to get started. A pickup of 17 and a very quick first down.
So far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. It's a pickup of 13 yards. Good for a Jets first down.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up, I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
They'll go play action. It's Smith. Open is the tight end Rucker, and they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Give them 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another first down. The give to Hall. And it'll be marked down at the 7. And it will set up 1st and goal.
And this offense just continues to chew up yards and get first down after first down. And defensively now, you find yourself a little bit on your heels. You're defending a goal-to-go situation. They need to step up here and get a stop.
Working out of the gun, Smith. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. That's Drew Tranquil getting through there to drop him for a loss of 6.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Going in the wrong direction. Now 2nd and goal from the 12. From the gun, it's Gino. Short throw taken in by Smart. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, New York.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Folk now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Jets go up by a field goal as they lead it by 3.
Chiefs 28.
After the touchdown, out is Folk to kick this one away. Remigio now on the return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Patrick Mahomes going to lead the KC offense back out for this next drive. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. And that's going to be a Chiefs first down as he gets past the 35 to about the 37.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
1st and 10 for Mahomes. That's complete left side to Worthy. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 45-yard line.
Gray is the motion man here. So no shortage of offense in this one as we end the third. And Thursday Night Primetime continues after this. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down and 2. Mahomes going to fire quickly to Worthy. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Taking advantage of that running ability. Gain of 17 and a first down.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Mahomes now to throw on 2nd down. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. 13 yards on that pass play, and the Chiefs have a first down.
Here in the 4th quarter, you just can't predict how many possessions you have left, so you can't let any of them go to waste. So far, this has been a fantastic drive. It's a drive that they desperately needed. They continue to throw the ball like that. They got a chance to take a late lead here in the 4th quarter.
It is 2nd and 9. Mahomes. That's to Kelsey on the tight end screen. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
Well, you know, Mike, if I had to guess, I'd say that's probably not what they had in mind when they called that play, but those guys on defense, it felt like they knew what was coming from the start, and they got to him in a hurry.
3rd and long for Mahomes. He's got his tight end. It's Kelsey. The defense blows a chance to get off the field as the offense converts 3rd and 14.
And how about the poise of this quarterback? You find yourself down here late in the 4th quarter, Mike, facing a tough 3rd down. You've got to have it. You know what? He calls the play, he breaks the huddle, and he's like, you know what, Coach? I got it. That's a big-time throw to now keep this drive alive as they go down looking for that go-ahead touchdown.
And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Just a simple hitch route. Certainly nothing special there or anything downfield, but the idea is the more of those you throw and those efficient passes, the second the defense moves up to take it away, that's when you go for the big ones.
To the air once more, it's Mahomes. And he's into the end zone. Patrick Mahomes. Touchdown, Chiefs. And that is now a pair of rushing touchdowns. The quarterback giving it to them, Greg, with his legs in this one.
And we're starting to see, Mike, why this week this coaching staff told us they're encouraging this guy to do this more often. His ability to be a passer, but also a rusher, is an element to this offense that is hard for defenses to account for.
Now Butker to add the extra point. The kick is good. And the Chiefs have taken a 4-point advantage. So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. On the return, here comes Wanwu. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So now the Jets offense ready to take over once more. They'll start out 1st down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Smith. And the ball out of the reach of the receiver. Falls incomplete.
And this is the tricky element of these deep balls, Mike. You want to hit the guy in stride. You want the touchdown. You want the beautiful highlight play. But sometimes you're better off underthrowing a receiver than you are overthrowing them, because as we see time and time again throughout the league, an underthrown deep ball, more times than not, leads to a pass interference call.
He'll find Hall out of the backfield. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. To throw, here's Smith. He gets this complete to Mitchell. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
Critical 3rd down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the 4th quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
They put Wilson in motion. There's that man again. Another catch. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 47-yard line.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 4. Play action now. It's Gino. Looking for his tight end there, but let him too far. It's an incompletion. Jeremy Ruckert was the intended target. And it'll be 3rd down.
They tried to go with the quick game here in hopes they could do something with it after the catch, but I don't think everyone was necessarily on the same page, and this ends up being a wasted down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. It's picked up by one of his teammates.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rush pressure through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster.
So on fourth down, out comes Austin McNamara to punt for New York. Deep to return, it's Nico Remigio. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. Patrick Mahomes going to lead the KC offense back out for this next drive. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
Tackle made at the 21-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
They put Kelsey in motion. Mahomes now on second down. Short pass taken in by Kelsey. Now the Jets going to use the first of their timeouts. Talk things over before third down. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is fourth down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. So here are the Jets, down by 4. 2 minutes, 30 seconds to play. They have 2 timeouts and the 2-minute warning as they go to work on first down. Off the play fake, it's Smith. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And he's out of bounds, up close to the 45-yard line. They'll get 11 there. And that's a quick first down.
As this game continues to come down to the wire, Mike, it just reminds us, this is where quarterbacks earn their keep. You are judged by how you play in these critical moments. In fourth quarter, down a score, it doesn't get much bigger than this.
Gino now on first and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Two minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion. In a moment, plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's first and 10. They'll drop to throw to the left side. That's caught by Mitchell. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. These two in rhythm. 12 more yards and a first down.
First and 10 at the 20.
All right, this is a good start. Plays like these are definitely going to help as you work your way into scoring range. While you have to be wary of the clock and keep an eye on it, They should have plenty of time here to finish this drive.
Oh, and he'll be out of bounds down at the 15-yard line. 12 was nice last time, so they did it again. Another 12-yard pickup and another first down.
And now, after that catch, they've got a chance here late, Mike. They've got enough time to try to move this thing down. I think they can win the game on this possession.
On first down is Smith. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line.
We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a negative play.
Here comes second down. From the shotgun, Smith. He'll swing this one out to Hall. And he's going to be forced out of bounds. Still plenty of work to do. Third and long coming up.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
Smith from the gun on third down. And this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play.
And what a fitting end to this drive, Mike. It only makes sense that he's the one that gets the ball in the end zone after making a handful of clutch plays prior to the touchdown. That was just a textbook example of one guy taking over the game.
Now this, an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. An important extra point up and good, so the lead is 3 here in the late stages of the game. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Here's Smith to return it. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. Now it's the Chiefs' turn, trailing by a field goal. A little over 50 seconds to go. They need at minimum a field goal as they come up with first and 10. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. Open man downfield. It's Rice. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25. Now the Chiefs going to call the first of their timeouts. And they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in this one.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Final minute, still 2 timeouts remaining as we get to first and 10. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. That's out to Brown, right side, complete. And this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play.
And here's a great example, Mike, of how experience and having some veteran players at these key spots, they can work so well together. The whole idea is you need to see the game through the eyes of the quarterback, and I think that's what the receiver did such a nice job in. He was on time, he was accurate, and you never fool your quarterback. When you have two guys like this that are operating on the same page, you can see the result.
Butker now for the point after. It's up and good. And the Chiefs have taken a 4-point advantage.
42. Jets, 38.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Davis now to return it. And And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Jets offense headed back to take over once more. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Gino. To the outside, complete. It's Wilson. And he'll be ridden out of bounds after a gain of 6.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Right back to Wilson. He's got it again. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Now a timeout, Jets. It'll be their second. They'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. This offense still has the one timeout to use. 1st and 10 coming up now. Working out of the gun, Smith. That's complete. It's Tyler Johnson. Jets are going to use their 3rd and final timeout here. They get it with 19 seconds left on the clock.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Here's 2nd down. Throwing is Smith. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
Gino to throw. That is incomplete. So the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it.
And even though they'll say he had a man in the vicinity of the throw, it was clearly not intended to be caught. Really smart play. Don't risk a turnover here. Live for the next snap.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. He'll take a shot here. Back to the end zone. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Gotta let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on down. To a knee goes Mahomes. And that should wrap it up. So this one in the win column for the Chiefs. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. In the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. That is the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Chiefs victorious, as we say, so long from Arrowhead.
banks of the St. Johns River, there's a good look inside Everbank Stadium here in downtown Jacksonville. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn. Happy to be with you. And, CD, as we get this thing going, give the folks at home something to keep their eye on.
The running game for both teams, because I think this is going to be an old-fashioned, old-school type of a game. Physical, who wins up front, who runs the ball the best and controls the clock, they will come out the victor.
Here now is Cam Little out to get us started.
And off we go from Jacksonville.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. First look at the Cowboys offense as Dak Prescott gets ready to guide them.
It's been a lot of fun watching him advance in his career. Many people question his ability to throw the football coming out of Mississippi State. He's conclusively answered that question. In addition, a very strong runner and an even better leader.
That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Williams going to get it again on second down.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Now a first down carry, it's Williams. There's the stiff arm. Oh, he sheds himself free.
Javonte Williams.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Javonte Williams.
57 yards.
And the Cowboys need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead.
Bottom line, when you play a runner with these talents, you've got to be able to wrap up and get him on the ground. Or the first person who gets there, hold him up long enough for the next wave to get there and get him down. Otherwise, he will continue downfield and find pay dirt.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point.
And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays.
And it was capped off by a Javonte Williams touchdown. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
So here's the first drive now for the Jags.
They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And you want to talk about enormous expectations being placed on a quarterback. How about what Trevor Lawrence faced coming out of college? But the good thing for him, he's used to it. He had the same type of expectations in high school and going to Clemson. They always expect him to be a franchise savior whatever team he joins. And to his credit, he shouldered those expectations and is doing everything in his power to follow through. They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
In motion left goes Myers. Now Lawrence. That's complete. It's Brian Thomas.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
15 more yards there, and quickly another first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Open man is Myers. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be second down. They'll run. This is Bashal Tootin. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
A 43-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Their last time out, looking to repeat that. Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. And he's going to drop this off to Williams. Complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And 3rd and 8 now.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He'll try and do this himself. And he showed off a nice juke of the defender, but the next wave there to bring him down. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
And partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Skirts by at the 15. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Lawrence to throw. Incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. 2nd and 10. He'll get 9 yards on the keeper there, but it's still going to leave him with a 3rd and 1.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on 2nd down. They hit him with a draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on 2nd and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field and they're only thinking one thing: get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass him with a running play.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you try to have a few men in the box there.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 8. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot: versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
And that is incomplete.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. Savon Rebel on the coverage.
So on 4th down, here's Logan Cook to punt for Jacksonville. Cavante Turpin deep for the Cowboys. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy? I really like what he did there because he took his practice work and converted it to game action because he used his hands, got off the block, worked laterally and stayed to the outside, and finished off the runner for a loss.
Looking to throw. Prescott. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. So they'll wind up losing 7 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Well, his completion percentage continues to rise with that one, but sometimes you want your completion percentage to go down. Maybe you should have thought about throwing that one away.
I was just going to say, it is easier said than done, but that's where you maybe buried at his feet. Make sure he doesn't catch it.
Great call right there. Put it near the receiver, no grounding, nothing like that, but no one gets a chance to pick it off either.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I spotted man coverage on the outside. I expect we'll see a lot of that from this defense as this game moves on. And that was a good job there as that one was knocked away.
Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. he's going to take this out of the back of the end zone. And that's going to be a safety. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it as we resume action.
Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
This will be fielded at the 17. The Jaguars back with it on offense. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Over the middle, complete. That's Myers. And given 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
Lawrence. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
A gain of 10 yards. And the Jaguars first down. First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Lawrence going to fire it out wide, complete. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it's second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here's Lawrence to throw. That's caught. It's Strange, the tight end. And that's good for a gain of 6. And now 2 yards to go on third down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
The offense on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Again, it's Lawrence. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. And it's caught. And the Jaguars are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
At the 1-yard line.
Tootin will score. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 5. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The Cowboys offense and Javonte Williams head out for this next drive. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half. He's putting up some big numbers already, and we have yet to reach halftime. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
Prescott fires one out wide, complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Second down and 4. This is Lamb on the end around. And he stopped immediately there. But defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And that'll bring up 4th down.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
A 57-yard attempt.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a 5-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going. But we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. Here's Lawrence. That's complete into the hands of Myers. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Now Lawrence. Over the middle, he's got Myers. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 14. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
When you're running the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now Thomas will come in motion right. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. He finds his man, complete. That's Myers. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. In motion right is Thomas. He's got his target. That's complete. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
First down. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
On what I love. Ooh, it means dangerous. Your problems are just not the same to us. We're dealing with things you ain't seen before. We're feeling the weight of our ancestors. We're here to win the last resort.
Lawrence will throw. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Jacoby Myers from 3 yards out. And the Jaguars will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half. And now to give us momentum going into the second half, give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was all capped off by Jacoby Myers on the touchdown reception. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores. Prescott from the gun. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feed down complete. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run the ballet score. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
And the Cowboy first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, You see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. It'll be a gain of 3 on what should be the final play of this first half. Halftime coming up. Let's get you downstate an hour or two to Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here on EA Sports for quarter number 3. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Out come the Jaguars now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime. And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
From the 41, Lawrence. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Well, I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
From the gun on third down, Lawrence. And he'll find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 40. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
That's another beautiful throw right there. It gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another first down there.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 10 more there and another first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So first and 10 now from the 30. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. Just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
Cowboys 3-yard line.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
Not your normal call in short yardage, but the toss works very well there. Big people out in front, being physical, and they pick up a 1st down.
Right back to him on 1st down. And this time he is in. Bashil Tootin, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jaguars take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Extra point forthcoming.
For the extra point.
And that one makes this a 19-point game. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Gets past 1 man. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the 2nd half. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the 2nd half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Here's 2nd and 10. Prescott. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing. Prescott. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And unfortunately, he's able to get this one back, so it is a 1st down. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Now he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 116 yards now on the ground at just 7 carries.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side, but how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key to left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, if you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Again, it's Williams. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one going the wrong direction. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
12 yards. That's another Cowboys first down. A gain of 12. First down, Dallas.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Prescott off play action. Quick hitter here, it's complete. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 9-yard line.
2nd and 9. Prescott now. He finds Pickens over the middle. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that led his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
3rd and 4. Now Prescott. And his ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. So a very important first drive of the third quarter, Charles, and safe to say, a much-needed touchdown.
Which leads to the question, what was this in the first half? Because if they'd had a few more drives like that, they wouldn't be in this situation. But that is the kind of drive that sends a message to the other side. We're going to be here, and we're going to battle you to the end.
Aubrey now for the point after. And they're able to cut the deficit to 12. A 10-play drive that time. And it's finished off by the touchdown from CeeDee Lamb. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Well, now how about this return? And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Jaguars getting set to go. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. They'll find a man over the middle. It's Washington. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 58 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. And a good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. Second down coming up. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here's 2nd and 7. And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. Got his man. It's the tight end Strange with it. And the Jags are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Now Lawrence. This is caught. Touchdown Jaguars. Redden Strange, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up 1st downs, and if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
Now the extra point. And that one makes this a 19-point game. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it culminates in a Jags touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. A spin. And he returns this to the 22. The Cowboys offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. Off the play fake, Prescott. Here's one deep for Pickens. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Prescott to throw it. That throw right side here going to be incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Ferguson. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
This one swung out to Williams. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. They go back to the ground with Williams. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 134 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
To throw is Prescott. Screen play set up for Williams. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Here's a 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Pickens on the slant. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and just a yard. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
He'll try to pick it up himself. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now Prescott. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Cowboys have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. The Jaguars offense and Trevor Lawrence getting set for this next drive. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here's 3rd and 3. Here's Lawrence to throw. He's got his running back out of the backfield. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. 92 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries.
Well, we're beyond the tone setting right now. This guy's been the bell cow all day, and they'll continue to rely on him to move the chains, drain the clock, and lead his team.
Lawrence now off the bootleg. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. Open man left side as the tight end long. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
And there's a completion to the tight end, and look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football, and that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
He'll try and do this himself. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
A 25-yard attempt.
And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that not just important in the fact that it widens their lead, but really that was a textbook job of just hanging on to the football.
And we know all the time that coaches talk about time of possession. Sometimes it's a stat that doesn't matter much, but in this drive, it matters a lot. They want to reduce time and score points and lock this game down.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So Dak and the Cowboys down by 15. 30 seconds to go. It's an extremely tall order in front of them, but they've got the ball with a first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, this defense has been physical all game long, and it certainly looks like they're not going to back off and make things any easier. They want to keep making life miserable for the receivers all the way to the end.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Prescott. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this is not going to be what they needed. They get a few here, but now 3rd down as the clock runs. So no shortage of offense in this game, but a very clean game too, Charles. Each side got its points, but they did so without committing a single turnover.
That's so true, and it certainly felt like NFL football at its finest, right? You talk about the highest level from both of these offenses. Neither one of them afraid of taking risks, and both of them aggressively pushing it downfield. I did like, Brandon, how smart they were about going about their business, though. They were high flying, but they took care of the ball.
Yeah, they did, and just keeping it clean in a game like this with all these points, you don't see that very often, even at the highest level. Job well done by both sides.
So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.